Hi YouTube, it's Alan Sugano. I'm the president of ADS Consulting Group, and today's topic is about, this is pretty scary, a new deepfake phishing scam. So hackers are using AI to fake conversations between employees that don't even exist in the company. What they'll do is if they can compromise somebody's email account, what they'll do is they'll train AI to get like the tone of how employees talk or coworkers talk to each other inside the company. They may scrape some video from other sources as well. Again, this usually is in conjunction with the business email compromise hack or BEC. So once they get the correct tone of the communication, they may use that to launch a spear phishing attack against a knowing employee. They said, "Oh, I talked to Dave in accounting, and he said that you should give me $5 gazillion in gift cards." And, okay, I'm being a little obvious there, but I think you get the scam. So there was a case actually of a finance employee in Hong Kong that went on a video call with a CIO. The person didn't even exist. So on a video call, he was scanned into transferring $25 million to the hackers. That is not good. I'll put a link here to a CNN article about it. Scary, but basically what the hackers use is deep fake to say, hey, we're working on this deal, blah, 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 yada, yada. And thanks for playing. We're $25 million richer and you're $25 million poorer. I know if I transferred, I don't have $25 million transfer, but if I did, I would be super sad and probably go out of business. So anyway, just a heads up and these deep fakes are getting really good. I'll just mention these other two that I saw. One was, I'm kind of into cars, so I saw a race between a Bugatti Bolide and a Formula One car. And it looked really realistic, but when you look, like, there's one point where they're being very aggressive, like super hyper aggressive, and they're just kind of seeing which car is faster. The Bolide, and if you know anything about F1, the brakes on an F1 car, nothing can outbrake an F1 car because of the aerodynamics, and the brakes are so powerful. So you would expect the F1 car to outbrake the Bolide, which it didn't. And plus they were bumping each other, and at one point the Bolide's going like this. I'm like, that's AI generated. It's got to be, because a Formula One car costs about, a cheap one costs about $15 million. The Bolide is about $6 million. So I'm pretty sure that they don't want, a total of $30 million worth of cars just to see which one is faster, to be that aggressive. It just doesn't make sense. So that was one example of probably a deep fake, although it did look very real. Another one I saw was a video on Instagram that my friend had sent me, and it's these two kids. They're Asian Chinese kids, and they're sparring. And they look like they're 4 or 5, and they are just like haymaker and wailing on the, bam, bam, and the kid like the son was getting his butt kicked by the daughter. It's very entertaining, and there's a little like disclaimer in the video in the beginning, but you think about it. Okay, I don't care how tough you are. When you're 3 or 4, whoever gets hit first, right, they're going to be crying, and they're just going to be on the ground and throwing a tantrum. They're not going to just get popped in the face and pop back up and like, oh yeah, right. Doesn't work that way. If you have kids, you know exactly what I am talking about, right? Or even if you remember back to your elementary school, if there was a fight in school, right? The kid that got hit first in the face was A, the kid that lost, and B, just going to go to the floor and start crying. Just because that's just the way kids are. So when I saw this, and I go, that's fake. And my friend's like, really? And I'm like, really, dude, come on. I gotta think about it. When you were a kid, if you got popped in the face, or you saw anybody, even older kids, that got hit in the face just once, that was it. Fight over. Not fighting anymore. So that is one of the ways to identify a deep fake, is if you feel like, would this really happen in real life? And, take a step back, even though you might be so enthralled, like, oh, this is so cool and blah, blah, blah. Okay, not that kids beating up each other is cool, but you know what I mean. For the F1 and Bullite race was pretty cool, but I'm like, I highly, highly doubt it, because if those drivers drove like that and they're professional drivers, they will get fired, because, what are you doing? You're putting that much risk with $30 million worth of cars? I'm thinking no. So anyway, that's our tip of the week. It might be a good way to, hopefully, if it helps one person identify deep fake, then this video was worth it. So if you like this content, please boink hit the subscribe button, boink hit the like button. It does help out the channel. Stay safe out there. Don't get deep faked. Thanks a lot for listening. We'll talk to you soon.